What is going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a good Tuesday, Monday. Sorry, my brain's all messed up. We got the Rams game tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the football. Quickly, I'm going to go through what I'm doing in baseball, and we will go from there. But you guys feel free to get in your questions, say what's up whenever you get in there to let me know what you're doing. Always curious. I'm having a little trouble with my DraftKings here, so trying to read my actual lineups is kind of crazy. So my main stacks, I like Seattle a lot tonight, and I'm going to be very heavy on them. I do have some Dodger stacks that are combined with Seattle, and then I have some Dodger Angel stacks together where I'm playing Bailey Ober and Rich Hill. My main pitchers are Kirby and Woodruff, followed by Nola. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. There's Sheets, and we'll find out what he's doing. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. What I'm doing is I'm not participating in this rain here in New York.
Well, that's good. So you're not going outside the house. It's pretty bad.
No, I'm going outside. I'm not playing in DFS.
Oh, you're not playing DFS with the rain in New York. Okay,
yeah, I'm not messing with this. I'm not messing with this Mets. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't even know if that has any relevance to me on the slate personally. Wait, the Mets one? I didn't even realize that was that. Hold on, now I'm confused. I didn't realize it was that bad. Wow. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna get rid of my Carrasco then because I didn't feel that strongly about it anyway. So what are you doing on this slate?
I'm trying to figure it out now. Now I'm Xing out 2 games.
Yeah.
And I'm getting all this Tampa. So I have to try to pare down my Tampa a little bit. I'm doing Woodruff and Kirby as the main pitchers. And now I got to figure out what to do. And I have Sandoval. So I'm basically pretty chalky with the exception of the fact that I don't have that much Dodgers. So that's where I'm whatever. But as you were saying, I mean, it's possible that Tampa ends up the chalk after all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't know what I'm doing. I was hoping to get some information and glean something.
Yeah, I think the Angels and Dodgers are going to be pretty popular. I like Seattle a lot.
Seattle, I like that actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like Seattle a lot, and I like I like some Brewers and Padres in that order. That's sort of the way I'm divvying it up. And I think that like there's just a bunch of other like cheap bats that I've got some exposure to, like the Oakland guys. Even though I am using some Luzardo, I'm a little lower than everybody else's, but I'm playing a little bit of Pinder, a little bit of Nick Allen, a little bit of Jordan Diaz as value savers and Langoliers. But mostly it's going to be the Seattle, the Dodgers,
Milwaukee.
the Angels, Milwaukee. But I'll just keep my Dodgers Angels where I'm playing like the Bailey Ober, Rich Hill, because I do have some of those lineups.
You are going to do that, huh?
Yeah. So that's pretty much where I'm at on this slate. It's it's a weird slate because it feels like it plays small because there's just no great hitting spots. It doesn't necessarily need to be a full 5-man yet. I find myself in my biggest buy-in with a full 5-man. Seattle's a team I actually like to fully stack when I stack them because they have power throughout the lineup. And they go 6 deep with guys with real power. And then they even have like Winker batting 8th. It's just, there's a lot of possibilities there,
Yes. Let me go through if people weren't here for the early preview, whatever. Let me just go through at least projection wise. I mean, like what pitchers I like. Again. So I do have Kirby still listed as kind of the best play, and I do like Sandoval, but I still think the Woodruff ownership is too low. It's up to 29 now as far as my projection. I think it's going to be higher. Just because everything's going for him, he's got the ceiling, he's got the leash. I just feel he's like so clearly the best play that he's just going to get owned a little higher. I'm still seeing Musgrove at 21-22%. I guess I just kind of hope that's the case because I don't think I'm going to do that. But I think that Kirby is just a much better play than Sandoval at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on basically the same page. I don't mind any of these guys, but again, I don't think that you should be necessarily approaching a slate just entirely to avoid the pitching that are this popular. So I'm okay with going with the 2 main guys in my main stack. And I don't think Seattle's going to be as popular. So I'm already off the board as I don't really need to go crazy with my pitching in that with that case. But I do think Nola is a really interesting pivot.
I know. I just couldn't
use with Woodruff. Yeah, and I also think that that Bailey Ober, especially, but Rich Hill also should totally be in play here, and I'm using them together.
Let me see. Oh, really?
Yeah. So
on my stacks, I have the Dodgers like rated like kind of in a class by themselves, and then kind of a glut. Milwaukee, Yankees actually, Mets who I'm not playing, Tampa, Toronto who I'm not playing, and yeah, they're the Angels and Padres. Yeah, so you could play it. You could play some of these guys.
Yeah.
What was the Houston lineup?
It's their full lineup.
That sucks.
And Goldie's saying in chat, we should touching on these things with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are only going to get 2 at bats. It hasn't happened once, and we've been saying that sites have been saying that for the last 2 weeks. It has not happened one time for one player for the Dodgers. It happened for other teams plenty of times, but the Dodgers have not just been pulling people out of games early. Houston would be the team I'd be thinking would be doing that. They do that more often, but the Dodgers could do it. It's possible. But we just would be speculating on something that's not happened. And then you're betting it being like 10-0 or something, or they're just going to pull them out of a tight game for no reason. And also they have 6 days off after this. Like, you want to have players have at bats at least as close to that as possible, but maybe, yeah. Anyway,
the Dodgers have 6 days off.
Yeah, they'll have 6 days off between rounds.
Oh no! I thought you meant after today's day.
No. After the next 3 games.
Okay.
So the question is how do you manage that? You probably would err on the side of letting your hitters get their at bats, especially for a team that can't stop winning.
Now, I wanted to check the standings. I'm just really supposed to be better at this, but
I'll tell you anybody. Go ahead.
No, I'm there. I mean, as far as like motivation goes, so the Mariners, they are locked into that second wild card. They can't get they can't get the first one, right?
That was not the way I thought you were going to phrase the question. I'm thinking about it with seeds and stuff like that. And
that is what I'm looking at. So the Mariners are 1 game ahead of the Rays.
No, they could fall, but they could lose. They could lose home field advantage. Wait, no, they could lose. They would have to play basically either the Yankees or Houston. That's really well.
Right. So my point is that Kirby they're going to let him pitch. Is what I'm saying. No,
I agree, but I'm not. Well, I'm saying and speculating they don't need to. They can't be caught. So actually,
they can be caught by the Rays.
Yeah, but then then you're playing the Yankees instead of Houston,
right?
Oh no, you're playing the Yankees instead of. I got it all mixed up here. Playing the Yankees instead of Cleveland. Yeah, so yeah, I would assume that he's going to pitch. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
I wasn't worried about that actually until we started that conversation. Now I'm a little worried.
Okay.
It's like I talked myself into something I didn't think was even possible.
How many wins do the Dodgers have? They have 110. Okay. 10. There's no record at stake or anything?
I mean, they already broke the team record, and I guess there's something to, I don't know, being a top 5 of all time.
No, that's nothing.
I don't think it's really a thing. But they've been playing the same every day. We can sort of just take a cue out of their book, They've let us know.
So they're going to try to play this Mets game because I think we'd like to play it, but it's.
But he's right. Yeah, Seattle actually could still technically win the. No matter what, they're going to let him pitch. They could still technically win the first place wild card.
For what they're saying, they're going to try to play this Mets game. It's going to. I think it's going to take a while. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure. I still don't love I didn't love the Carrasco thing that much. It was more just like trying to get a little bit of extra exposure, but I don't think I need to go with it at anything, having any fear at all. It's not like I love it so much.
I'll tell you this: if they do wait like too long, and then like you're into the bullpen, and maybe and you think you're going to play, maybe the Mets aren't bad after all. I don't know.
Mets.
I just don't think I'm doing it.
You got the 17-mile-an-hour winds blowing in 50-degree weather.
Yeah.
If you do it, you probably want to play the lefties. That's all I'd say.
Yeah,
I definitely am not. But yeah, I understand it for sure. That's sort of how every place is today. Like every game that you'd want just has like the worst hitting conditions.
Yeah.
But in all fairness,
Houston.
Well, that's up Houston, yeah. But you don't want Houston. Nobody wants Houston.
No, but you got the two best pitchers there, pretty much. Like it's
Right. No, exactly. Yeah, just some of these are just nasty looking games here. All right, I have too much Kirby at the moment, but that's fine. Are you doing anything different on FanDuel? I just found it was easier to get teams you want in, and like where I'm playing Dodgers, playing Freeman with Will Smith and locking up that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a bunch of that. I got a bunch of Dodgers over there. You're able to get whatever you wanted. I'm playing Kirby on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Let me see what my main exposure is over there. Dodgers, Tampa, Milwaukee, Angels, the usual. I mean, nothing off the board if you want to know the truth.
Yeah. And with all the talk of the Dodgers chalk, I mean, I don't think it's quite as chalky as maybe it's being made out to be. And also, we have no idea who's playing.
Right.
Yeah. Who to target. There's no way to know until we get a lineup out.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And I kind of hope they play four guys who don't usually play. You know, it would make it a lot easier to get to them. Then again, everybody else would, but then at least you know what everybody's doing.
I want to play Lux, Gallo, and Bellinger. That's what I want.
There you go. Or Trace Thompson.
Right. Those guys I know they can hit home runs from the left side and get, you know.
I mean, Trace Thompson has better power numbers than Gallo does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, when Gallo hits it, I mean, you know. So.
He's also, and everybody is always like, oh, he's a lefty specialist. He actually has more home runs and a better average versus righties.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of misinformation out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Dodgers look on their face like the best thing. But like, I have to say, I do like the Angels spot. It's not the ideal park you'd want it to be in. It's not the ideal temperature, but I do like the Angels. But I mean, the teams that get different with Seattle, Padres, I think are going to be lower than they should be. No Machado today, so you do have a little value with like Will Myers and Campusano, even or Trent Grisham if you wanted to go for a different type of stack. I like Kim as a one-off even or as part of a stack. But I think those are the teams you're really focusing on along with the Brewers to me today. I don't know where the no Muncy thing came in. Is it out?
Yeah.
Let's see. Did they say it's out in there? I didn't see the chat.
Just so you know, I mean, just I wasn't hallucinating. I mean, Roth has the Mets as like orange red also. I mean,
yeah. No, I got you. I just had to reload my thing because I had it from this morning where it wasn't.
Would you say the Dodgers lineup is out?
That's well, I'm looking at our chat and trying to decipher if that's what happened. Oh no, you were listing Dodgers left. Okay, it's so confusing. No, he was just talking about the bottom of the order. He was. That's what you were talking about. Lower owned Dodgers at the bottom of the order, I think.
I'm not getting too much Trout. I'm just not getting as much Angels, I guess, as other people. I don't know.
So you're more on the Dodgers.
I'm more on Tampa than probably you are.
Tampa's the most. Yeah. Okay. Well, I like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, there is horrible hitting weather, but it is
not that bad. I mean, it says 10 mile an hour winds. I mean,
11 or 10 mile an hour winds plus with 50 degrees. When it's 50 degrees outside,
we got Fenway. I mean, I got something.
You got the left field. That's true. I think you'll be okay to left field, so that actually is fine. And it's really cheap. They're going to be more popular now because that Brujan is going to be one of those popular players on the slate.
Oh, he's got to be right.
Yeah, 2,300
leading off.
All right, you want to talk a little football?
Yeah. So for those who didn't, I guess I don't think I'm doing anything different than I was going to earlier. So I'll just repeat my overarching. This is like my thing. Is that tonight I'm gonna highlight two guys that I'm gonna play in most lineups, and that's gonna be probably the pretty decently owned, but not that owned, Juwan Jennings, and then also the Kyle Juszczyk. Those are kind of like the two hoodoos that I'm going to be filtering in with the usual, you know what I mean, like with the usual type builds. And my usual type builds just going to have, I'm going with the projections, and let me just see. I'll just give you my exposures here. I mean, it's let me just see. I'm playing around with a lot of stuff. I'm limiting my salary to 48.9. I have a bunch of different options in the captain. I even have some defense captains. I mean, just for fun. But nothing. I mean, listen. Do I have? I think I might have cup in every lineup. Actually, yeah, I have cup in every lineup. So if I have cup in every lineup, I have to do something different, right? So I do have cup in every lineup. Is there anybody else I have 100% of? No, I don't think I have 100% of anybody. I just can't quite fade the cup.
Yeah, I gotcha. I have a couple lineups without cup, but it's not very many.
Okay.
I added to my four captains that I'm using I'm using cup in a couple things, but leaving a lot of money on the table and playing the Rams defense and Jennings in that lineup. So I think I could be okay.
I like that.
And then I'm playing I have some Higbee, some Jennings, some Kittle. Those are my main captains. So I'm trying to get a little different with those ones.
And I'm sticking to my and I do think that if I had to pick one of the two highest price guys to have less of, it would be less of Samuel than Cup. I mean, that's not particularly a hot take, but that's where it is. And I am also, just so you guys know, as I mentioned, I am going to be playing Mr. Jennings in the captain in my biggest buy-in. Be very difficult for you to not figure out what else is in the lineup, but it is.
No, there's a lot of.
Actually, there are other ways I can go. I'm leaving money. I'm leaving some money on the table too. So yeah, nobody's not 100% sure. That's fine. It's perfect.
Yeah.
How good is it? How about 54% Kyle Juszczyk? How about that?
Right. I don't like the use check play that much, to be honest with you, because I think you're looking at potentially one. You're hoping for like one for goal line thing, and he scores a touchdown. And they use Samuel so much around the goal line, and then they still have Wilson as the main running back. So unless they're doing that one play for a goal line thing, I'm not as into it as I am the Jennings, who actually has a ceiling and is almost the same price.
That's true.
So there's a real ceiling for Jennings. Like he had the highest scoring. He was the highest scoring player in this game. Last year.
What other guys are there that can get in? Can like Tutu Atwell play?
It's possible he could ever play for him.
Who else has a shot?
Not my favorite thing in the world, but
we're not talking about that. We're just talking
the
about
weird ones. Yeah, that's a fine get.
How about Ray McLeod?
Ray McLeod.
Or Kendall Blanton.
Ray McLeod will play some snaps, I think, as of right now. I mean, I'm going to wait to see who's injured or anything. But I would say that he should play some snaps for sure.
What about – it's not time for him yet. Wow, look who's elevated to the Rams active roster. Could this be a McVay troll and get Malcolm Brown some looks?
Wait, why would it be trolling?
For no reason. Because when's the last time Malcolm Brown played?
Here, I'm switching to my other page over here to see not just what I'm doing, but what actually my numbers look like. Sorry, just give me 1 second here.
No, it's they have three guys like above him apparently. They got the Akers, Henderson, and even Jake Funk.
It's possible he could get a touch, but I don't think so. I mean, I want to even see if he's active. I don't even know if he'll be active, so I can't really.
Well, that's what I just said. Brown was elevated to the Rams active roster ahead of Monday's game with the 49ers.
Oh, okay. I meant for the final report, which is in 10 minutes. I didn't even realize that part.
This was just an hour ago. Yep.
Oh, okay. That's good. I mean, that's interesting.
$200.
It's possible, man. With the way their running game has been going, that's actually something I could get behind because that actually suits something. You know what I mean? Like they really have not been able to run the ball. So why wouldn't they maybe give him a chance? Like, I don't know. I think I could see that happen. I could see him getting a few plays. Maybe he gets one near the goal line or something. Has like a little Boston Scott type of game and gets like 8 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. That would be awesome.
There are worse plays than I've made, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
No, sure. I'm sure I have too.
kind of like this. Get a little bit of Malcolm Brown to a 200 to save 800 off the
I'm gonna do it.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Wait a minute. No, he's 200 and Juszczyk is Juszczyk is only 1K. My bad. I thought he was 1,500. I was looking at the captain.
Well, the captain, yeah.
Yeah.
I will not be playing Juszczyk in the captain, by the way.
Not this time, huh?
No. 2-2 Atwell. That's like 2-2 Ola.
I am going to throw Ayuk into a couple captains as well.
What are you doing?
I'm throwing Ayuk into captain a couple of these.
Ayuk. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant 2-2.
Oh, no.
2-2 in the captain isn't going to happen? Okay.
No 2-2 for me. In the
No
captain.
2-2 in the captain? Okay.
Akers. It's possible Ray McLeod could get in, I think. No one's like, I think people are going to be off like this. I think Skornick's actually a reasonable play. I think I like him a little bit better than I like Allen Robinson.
Like Swarnick better.
Like even just not even point per dollar, just like I think even straight up, I think I would potentially consider him over Allen Robinson at this point, which is partly why I really like Higbee. Let's see. Tevin Coleman.
So 2-2 Atwell. These are like the bombs. 2-2 Atwell, Malcolm Brown. Those are the two.
Yeah, people are gonna. I do think he's right that people are gonna play Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, he's the actual backup running back, what you call it in San Francisco, which is usually like a gold mine. It's actually gonna feel kind of stupid if we don't play him. It's one of those, but he's not projecting because I don't think he's officially. At least they don't have him as in the game here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to actually take a relook at that. That's actually an interesting glitch that we might need to fix something of.
What, Tevin Coleman?
Yeah. I don't know why there'd be no projection and that it would be straight Juszczyk as is running. And yeah, of course, they'll use Samuel and they'll occasionally use Ayuk in the running game, but they usually do have like 2 or 3 running backs that they'll rotate between.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman has been elevated from the practice squad.
Yeah.
And is familiar with Kyle Shanahan's offense. Could lead to some change of pace work Monday.
Almost won the Super Bowl MVP with this thing.
For 300? Sounds good to me.
Hey man, it's almost like a little too good. Makes me question everything else.
He'll be like 30% on the 555. That's it.
I know.
I doubt it.
Shit.
I kind of like it.
It feels too obvious. Like it feels like why? Like it honestly feels kind of crazy that he hasn't had a projection all day too. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to go into another one of mine. Coleman. I can do this. Cup Ayuk Gravel.
Let's do this. Go back to home. Yeah, so Coleman, I got a projection of 1 point.
I mean, there was a chance that he like gets used.
Is Marlon Mack on the team?
Marlon Mack is not on unless he was just called up for something.
No, he's in the DraftKings profile. He's in the sheet.
Oh.
He's got a 0.64 projection.
I didn't even see him as dressing tonight, but I don't know. We haven't seen the final thing on that yet. Yeah, I'm making sure to get at least some of this Coleman stuff because I don't think I should ignore that. All right, sorry. It's gonna make Cooper Kupp. Wow, he's gonna be really popular. Like even crazier than I thought. That's nuts. What if you play Coleman as a captain here? See what can you get? You can get everything, but do you even need it? You wouldn't want everything.
Wait, I gotta get some Atwell. A shitload of Jennings, and then a little bit of the use check. Yeah, use check is gonna be sniped by Coleman. I think Coleman's gonna get him.
Yeah, it's a perfect. You got a nice build for the 4-2 for the Niners if you go for the Coleman as captain. It actually makes sense too.
And they can get a 0, which is always fun.
Yeah, I'm guessing Mack is inactive because there's 2 other running backs that they would have ahead of him, but like
3 others. There's also that other guy that jumped. Oh, that was the Malcolm Brown ones.
Yeah. Different. Jimmy G, not in the future for doing well. Yeah, see, the problem is if you're playing you could do that. I don't think they're looking to try to sit Jimmy G, but like he could get hurt or something. You could play the backup quarterback. How much work are they really going to give the backup quarterback in that case? They'll just have Debo throwing the ball, like.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're right, Peyton Wavy. I think it is probably going to get duped a lot that Coleman a captain thing. It does feel like too tempting to just want to do it. I feel like you need to. God, I just changed all my lineups here. There's a narrative I can buy into. You had the Super Bowl one with this guy about to be the Super Bowl MVP, and then you just, I don't know, understand what kind of play calling you decided to do down the stretch, but it cost you the Super Bowl. Yep.
Coleman will go. Coleman, not the captain. I think I was going to do nothing fancy tonight. Next thing you know, I'm trying to see who I'm going to have higher ownership between Malcolm Brown 0 and Tevin Coleman 0.
What if he comes out there and they said, boom, he's like the starting running back tonight? Like,
right.
The Niners are so weird with that because they have all these guys who are really good, like just really talented backs all the time, and they for a week it was like whatever Niners running back it was would score 30 fantasy points. It didn't matter who it was. But Tevin Coleman is like old now. All right, I might get out of here in a few unless there's anything else. I'm still trying to let's see. I'm gonna double check and see if there's any baseball lineups that came out.
Any Dodgers?
That's what we need. The Dodgers, I still don't have one. Could lower a little the ownership, not much, but a little.
Who?
I mean, if there are some Dodgers who no one was planning on playing, it might lower their ownership because there might be guys in the lineup who we don't even know yet.
Right.
Nolan Arenado was scratched. That does not affect anything. All right, Sheet, you got anything else, or you think that anything else, guys, you want to touch on? All right.
No, I'm trying to figure out my Detective Tutuola exposure here.
All right. Well, have a good Monday. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully, we can have a fun showdown.